What's up, Jesus lovers? Okay, I have been wanting to have a cool, great, intelligent conversation about gospel music and the awards for a long time, but unfortunately, I don't really have anyone in my circle that loves gospel music as much as I do or are as educated about it, and I still want to have the conversation. So, I'm going to use this video to vent. How about that? I'm about to vent. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Ruthina Porterfield, God's favorite, and I want you to get to know him. So click on that subscribe button and let me hook y'all up every 7th, 17th, and 27th of each month, because I want you to have an experience with the one who loves me so much, and he also loves you too. So let's get into the video. Alright, let me tell you. Originally, I wanted to talk about gospel music and the genre, and specifically awards, mainstream awards, right? And then God was like, no, I got something else I want to say real quick. So I kind of roll with him when it comes to stuff like this. I will tell you, however, if you want to talk about that or hear about that, especially because I know the Grammys was a big deal, 2023 was an issue. Listen, Kirk Franklin did a really great, I guess, dissertation on Instagram, so definitely check that out. Another gospel hip hop artist, his name is The Truth. If you check him out, The Truth on Duty, he dropped a cool album just recently called Emmanuel, which is his real name. Go on IG, he has a few posts about it as well. And also, I wrote a blog about it. I wrote a blog about it called Gospel Music and Mainstream Awards, and I really dip into how the winners are selected and how that kind of affects what gospel music looks like in just the world, period. So check out my blog. I will have a link to it in the description box below. But for now, let's talk about what God wanted me to talk about. So here's a little background on my love for gospel music. I grew up in a time during the genre where choirs and quartets ruled. Listen, it seemed like every state in America had a mass choir, and every church wanted a record deal. Listen, I recorded with a choir on a record that played on the radio. Everybody was trying to get a choir deal, right? And when it comes to quartets, that was actually my mama's favorite gospel music. Quartets to me was kind of like, think country music rhythm with the beat of R&B coming together to sing about Jesus. Yeah, it's I know it sounds weird, but I'm telling you that's what it was. Anyways, it was a heyday for gospel music. Gospel music radio stations were everywhere and huge. There was programming specifically dedicated to the genre. And when it comes to gospel concerts, if you had a name, you could pack out a huge church or a decent sized venue for a concert. It was a big deal. Well, now all of that has changed. But I'm going to tell you one thing that hasn't changed. The body of Christ is still arguing, bickering, going up against each other about what real gospel music is. It is the same stuff. That's not gospel music. Gospel music sounds too worldly. That artist is not saved. They have been saying it for over 50 years, like before I was born. Listen, when Edwin Hawkins came out with his version of Oh Happy Day back in 1967, they said all that about him. When BB and CC Winans hit the scene back when I was a little girl, they said it about them. And we don't even have to talk about Kirk Franklin, really. The same stuff. But you know what all those artists do have in common? They are all legends and icons in gospel music. Now, follow me, because this is a map. They all are legends and icons in the genre. Do you know why they are legends and icons in the genre? Because they took gospel music to the masses. Do you know how they took gospel music to the masses? Not by changing the message of gospel music, but by changing the sound. God gave them a masterful gift of speaking to the new generation of their time. He gave them a unique and anointed ability to share the love of Jesus musically with an audience that would not otherwise listen to it. But now, as a result of this new sound, not only will this audience listen to the message of gospel music, they will actually receive it, despite what the audience that it's not meant for says. They didn't change the message, they just changed the sound. Now, does that mean that the message of the gospel is any less powerful or any less valuable? Tell you what, let's take money in comparison. Back in the day, cash was king, but today there are all these different options to pay for things. You've got credit card, debit card, Venmo, PayPal, Zelle. The list goes on and on. But just because there are different options, different ways, different methods, different deliveries of ways you can get money, does that mean that that money is any less valuable? Yeah, I don't think so. People gonna take money however it comes. Wouldn't the gospel be the same way? I think so. If you don't think so, tell God that. In fact, I'll tell you what. If you think that the gospel is any less powerful or less valuable because the beat is different, tell God. Tell the same God who said that if you don't praise him, the rocks will cry out. If you really think that the gospel is less powerful because it's played in a club to the people who actually need to hear it, by the way, tell that to God. Tell that to the God who is so powerful, more powerful than anything we could ever imagine. Tell that to the God who said that his light shines in the darkness and darkness could not overcome it. Help me understand how humans can dictate the power of the gospel. Aren't we tired of having the same 50-year-old argument? If it doesn't reach you, if it doesn't connect with you, that doesn't mean that it's not going to connect with someone else. God is in the business of reaching an entire world, to let the entire world that he loves them and he wants to offer them all of who he is. And guess what? Everyone in the world is not the same, which means that every person is not going to be reached in the same way. Maybe this whole argument about the decline of gospel music being because it's getting too worldly is the wrong argument. Maybe the decline of gospel music is not real as much as the decline of the respect for gospel music is real, because the decline is in the respect for the body of Christ. The decline is in the respect for the church. And that is affecting how gospel music is being received. I don't know, but I'll tell you what I do know. I want to keep talking about this. I think there should be more intelligent conversations, not tainted by people's opinions and denominations. So I'm going to put out an appeal. If you know someone, or if it's you, who has a podcast or a blog or a YouTube channel, and you want to continue to have this discussion, please reach out to me. I'm going to put my email in the show notes, and let's talk about it. In the meantime, don't forget to check out the podcast and the website, and also the video verses that you saw. They're going to be in the description boxes below. Don't forget to subscribe